Hey sisters, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, okay? Tell a friend to tell a friend. And by the looks of the title, you know this one is gonna be interesting. So let's get right into the video. One day or so, but guess what? I'm coming to you with an open, real, honest story time, okay? Now, bear with me for this story time. I'm gonna try to make it quick, okay? Because I really don't want to stay too long on this subject. And if you're wondering what am I wearing, I have on a robe, okay? I am about to undo and get ready for bed, but I just want to do the story time for you guys really quick. Now, I really want to get something off my chest, guys. And I think as ladies, we all can relate to what I'm about to say. Oftentimes we go through a situation with an individual pertaining to a guy that we once were dealing with that was very disheartening to us, but we decided to just pick up the pieces and keep going. But that doesn't mean that we don't have a truth to expose, or that doesn't mean that, you know, we don't have anything to say in our defense. Sometimes we decide to just hold our head high and keep going, so to speak. And I think this story time is the essence of that. With a specific situation, I just decided to hold my head high and keep going. And, you know, silence is power. Sometimes the people that are doing the most talking are the people that have something to defend, are the people that have something to hide, okay? And people are not stupid. They could read between the lines and see what is what. But sometimes, for the sake of your dignity, for the sake of your self-respect, it's good to clear the air. So this story time is going to be one of those situations for me. And I just hope that you guys go get your favorite snack, okay, and bear with me because I have a lot to say. All right, so if you guys see me looking down, it's because I jotted down some notes. I don't want to miss out anything. And for all of you that are gonna watch this, this is a disclaimer, okay? By no means necessary am I trying to put someone down, this specific individual. By no means necessary am I trying to quote unquote diss him. This is genuinely my feelings, what I experienced, and my truth, and that's it. And after I post this video, I really don't care to dwell in anybody else's opinions on the matter, because like I said, there's two sides to a story, and you guys only been hearing one story, and it's been about a year now, I believe. I don't know, something like that, okay? So first things first, I met this DJ, okay, by accident. Yeah, it was by accident. I was, you know, freshly divorced, okay? I've been married since I was 18 years old, okay? I'm almost 30 now, all right? So I was fresh on the scene. I'm new to the party scene in our area, our community. And honestly, I went out one night saying that I was going to celebrate my divorce. Anybody that knows about that situation knows that my divorce was, or my marriage was, very toxic and abusive. It was really, really bad. I just thank God that I'm still alive and me and my children are okay and I made it out. But yeah, I just wanted to celebrate my divorce, and I remember it being close to summertime, and I went out to the club, and I think something happened with my heel. My heel, something happened. I was dancing, I was having fun. Something happened with my heel, and this young man fixed my heel for me. And then, you know, I was like, thank you, you know, because I think that was very sweet. I've never had anybody do that for me before. But pushing forward, that's how I ended up meeting the DJ, through that young man. That young man, you know, we used to talk after that. He sent someone to DM me and find me for him, to say that he was impressed by me. He was watching me in the club. He could see that, you know, I'm not like other females, yada yada yada, and he wanted to connect with me. So he sent numerous of people to DM me to find me, and I let them give him my number, and he was very cool guy, like very understanding, and I took to his understanding. So we used to talk like day and night, especially after he would leave work, and he would always try to hang out with me or meet up with me, but I was scared because I just got out of a really bad marriage, and I was just like so scared of men, to be honest. Like, I was terrified. So I used to tell him like, I'm busy, this and the third, and you know, months went by and all we did was talk on the phone, and I would tell him, you know, all the things that I went through in life, my upbringing and stuff like that. So he kind of became like my best friend in a way. And then my birthday came up, and I've never, guys, when I tell you, I have never celebrated my birthday on my own or like spoiled myself in any type of way or manner. I've always been the type of person to give to everybody else around me, or to spoil the people around me. So even though I've had it to spoil myself, I just never did. So this would be like the first birthday on my own as a newly divorced single mom, and you know, trying to get my life back on track because I had to start all over after my divorce. And it was something to celebrate, but I've never took the initiative to celebrate my birthday. So this individual, like, he was like, you should come with me and my brother to New York for your birthday. So I was like, no, because I don't trust men, and I don't know you like that to just hop in a car and go to New York with you. Like, I was very skeptical. I was scared, y'all. Like, I was really scared, I'm not gonna lie. And he was just like, well, you've been talking to me for months, what am I gonna do to you? And I'm like, yeah, but it's not like you know where I live and stuff like that. You just know my phone number. You know, that's good for me, that's enough for me. And the night of the party, he sent me another text asking me if I was coming, and I was just like, no, you could go ahead. Like, guys, when I tell you I was scared, I was nervous, because I was just like, I don't trust men, period. But like, at the very last minute, I sent him a text. I said, who are you going with? He said he was going with his brother, which he did say that to me when he first invited me. And he was like, come on, you deserve it. You've been through a lot. I'll make sure you have a good night. You don't have to worry about anything. He was a total sweetheart, okay? Like, sweetheart. And I was like, okay, who's your brother? Because, you know, I'm investigating. Because I don't do those things. Like, I don't go partying like that. That was my first time really going on the party scene. And I was just like, you know, let me do my research before I agree to go. So I said, who's your brother? And he sent me his brother's Facebook. So this is the DJ, okay? So I messaged the brother. I was like, hey, you know, so and so is inviting me out. I heard that you're gonna be the driver, so is this true? And he was like, yeah. And he sent me the flyer, and he was like, oh, you're my brother's date. And I was like, supposed to be, but I'm kind of scared. And he was like, oh no, it's not that type of party. Like, I'll definitely make sure that you're okay, that you're comfortable, you have nothing to worry about. So when he said that, I was just like, all right, well, you know, you only live once. I've never been out of town for my birthday. Like, I've never done nothing for my birthday. Like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. All I do is work. When I was married, all I did was work, take care of home, work, take care of home, work. Okay? Like, that was my life. So I was just like, all right, what the hell? Like, I called my grandma, I called my mom. I'm like, listen, if anything happened to me, I went to New York, okay, for my birthday, trying to live it up. And it was like, go have your fun, because you've been through a lot. You're a very responsible girl. Go have your fun. So I went, guys, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was nervous before, because on the way there I was like scared, but there was another lady there, so it wasn't too bad. So it was kind of like a double date kind of thing, and it wasn't too bad. And I have fun. Like, I have fun, okay? I have fun. And me and the DJ at that point in time didn't really exchange no words. Like, he was driving, I was in the back seat with his brother, and like, I was so scared. I even had my back turned to his brother the whole time. Like, I think he kind of felt some type of way, and I did apologize for that after we came back. But, you know, it was new to me. The party scene was new to me, and the only thing I remember the DJ saying to me is, like, on our way back, he was saying to me, are you okay? Like, do you need anything? Do you want me to buy you something to eat or stuff like that? And he was saying, like, you know, you should have told me it was your birthday. I would have did something for you, or, you know. And I was just like, no, it's okay. I'm good. Like, I just want to get home. Like, you know, that type of vibe. Like, I don't give trouble, guys. I'm not a troublemaker. And I think the brother was feeling some type of way, because, no lie, like, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, the whole drive there, I could see the DJ, like, eyeing me, like, in the rearview mirror. Like, no lie, man, his eyes made forward the whole drive there, the whole drive back, honey. But I was just, like, not into it, and I was just like, nope, I'm just gonna have fun. And I was getting irritated because the brother was next to me, but he was trying to pull the fast one. Like, I mean, I understand it's kind of like a double date, and he was trying to be romantic and stuff, but it was like my first, like, you know, like, it was kind of too much. Like, I was getting anxious. Like, the stuff that he was doing, I was getting anxious. And then, so, like, I think the DJ could tell, and that's why he kept looking in the rearview mirror. Like, he could tell that I was uncomfortable. He could tell that I was kind of, like, irritated a little bit. And I think that's why he kept looking at me in the rearview mirror. I'm not gonna sit here and say that he was checking me out, because at the time, I didn't know that for sure. Me and him never exchanged words, except for the fact of when I texted him on Messenger to find out if the party was real or whatever the case may be. Okay, so we went to the party, we had fun. He literally brought me back home right as soon as we got the highway. He brought me back home. Okay. 2 days later, he messaged me, and the DJ, we're talking about the DJ. Okay, he messaged me, and he was like, I've been busy, but I just wanted to check on you, make sure you all right. Did you have fun? I'm sorry that you didn't tell me it was your birthday. And I was like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you taking out the time to help me celebrate my birthday, even though you don't know me. You know, I'm very grateful, and just thank you. And he was like, but you really didn't get to have fun. Like, yeah, we went to a party, but I said, but that's enough for me. Like, I'm not fussy. Just the experience alone, I was grateful for. And that was that. The next thing I know, like, couple days after that, the brother that initially met me and asked me out, got upset, and he started texting me saying that, oh, I know you're gonna leave me for my brother. He's talking about the DJ. And I knew you was just like everybody else and stuff like that. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, I didn't even talk to the DJ. Like, what? Like, I was so confused. I was like, where is this coming from? What do you mean I'm gonna leave you for the DJ? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, who's the DJ? Because honestly, guys, I didn't know that this person was a DJ at the time. Yes, he played at the party that we went to, but I clearly thought that it was just like a side hustle. Like, I did not know that he was like a professional, big time, well respectable, all over the place DJ, like face on every flyer. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a hustle that he was doing, you know, and I didn't know who he was, okay? And he introduced himself to me as a total different person, but we're gonna get into that, all right? So here the brother is getting upset with me. He's like, oh, you're gonna leave me for my brother, the DJ, da-da-da-da-da. You girls always do that and this and that. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, because I haven't even spoken to your brother. The only time your brother texted me was to say, you know, are you okay after the trip? And that was it, like literally. And I screenshotted it and sent it to him so he could see that I was telling the truth. And then like he just started going in on me, and I was just like, you know what, all right, this is too much. Like, this is too much, because me and you was just like vibing a little bit. Like, you're really cool, you're really great to talk to and stuff like that. You're a sweetheart, but I kind of see that you got like a toxic vibe to you. Like, when things don't go your way, you kind of heated, and then like 1 minute you're good, next minute you're not. And I've seen that in men where it can get really bad. And being in the fact that I just got out of a really bad situation in my marriage, I was just like, pump the brakes, like red flag, like no no, I'm not going down that road. Like, I don't want to be around a man that can control his temper and stuff like that. So I told him, like, no, let's just be friends or whatever. But he wasn't having it. He was upset. Okay, cool. We stopped talking. All right, like maybe a month after, the DJ messaged me again and was like, hey, you know, I think he invited me to another party or something like that. And I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm done with the party scene. I don't want to be, like, known as that party girl, because that's not really me. So then he was like, all right, well, you know, you should give me a number in case you feel like going out again, because I do those trips pretty often. I go to Bridgeport, I go to New York, I go here and there. So, I mean, I knew he was trying to play a little game on me or whatever, but I gave him my number. So then he was like, so what's going on with you and my brother? And I told him, I said, well, I met him when I was celebrating my divorce. He's a sweetheart. I really think that he's different from all these men out here, but he have like a little toxic thing to him, and it's making me scared. So he was like, oh, so that's it, like y'all just met? And I was like, yeah, we just met. Like, literally, when you took us out to New York, that was like my first or second time being around him, really. And I met him like some odd months ago before that. And he was like, oh, okay, that's cool, whatever. So he took my number. And now, here's the thing. Of course, we started talking here and there. I would ask him how was his day, you know, are you all right? You know, start building a friendship with him. And he introduced himself to me as a chef. Because, you know, upon getting to know each other, you would say, like, you know, where you at, you know, at work, what do you do for work, you know, stuff like that, those little small talks. And he introduced himself to me as a chef. Now, bear in mind, it didn't even cross my mind to say that maybe he is a chef and a DJ. Like, I really didn't care because I wasn't trying to be with him. Like, I wasn't in the flirting kind of, you know, like, I was just being cordial. So then one day I was at my dad's house. I was visiting my dad and I saw him go live on Facebook. And y'all, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna keep it all the way real. He went live on Facebook and I was just listening to him talk, and like, skin catch a fire. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, maybe because I was always messaging him or texting him that I didn't really get a chance to really see his character or see his looks, or like, you know, there was nothing physical about it. It was just always texting. So there's not much you can tell about a person from texting other than what they tell you. So when I saw him go live that day, I was just like, oh my God, like, this man, there's something about this man, okay? And the way he articulated himself and the way he, you know, he got a little something to him. So I was just like, I remember he kept staring at me on the way to the party tonight, and I was like, let me ruffle his feathers a little bit. So I started commenting on his live. I'm doing all the flirting at this point, okay? All the flirting at this point. Now I'm showing more interest. Now I'm taking it out of a friend zone. And I mind to tell you, like, this is months after he took me to the party. Okay, this is for my birthday. This is months after of texting back and forth, months after just texting, solely texting. That's it. His brother was upset, and that was that, and I just left it at that. Now, after I started flirting with him on the live and stuff, then he started really hitting me up more often, because we would only talk randomly, because, like, I was busy. I'm trying to get my life back together after being divorced. You know, I'm not sitting around twiddling my thumbs. So I was busy, and according to him, he was busy. I mean, he told me he was a chef. He worked full time, you know. He told me the whole ordeal with his situation, and I was just like, okay, I could respect it. Like, I could respect it. You holding it down. All right. So we both was busy, and we would only talk here and there. But after I started flirting on that live with him, he started hitting me up more often. And then that's when I texted brother, and I was like, hey, listen, I know you were already upset because you felt like I was gonna leave you for your brother, but that was never the case. But I just want to tell you that we have been texting lately, and I think I like what I see. I think I'm intrigued. I think that I want to, you know, I was a woman about it. It was never intentional that I was gonna, like, mess with the brother, or that, you know, I wasn't thinking nothing like that. Because even in the beginning, I knew that the brother had a crush on me and stuff like that. But I just got out of a divorce, guys. Like, a 13-year marriage. Like, I wasn't trying to, you know, I just wanted a friend or something. I don't even know what I wanted. But you know what I mean? So the brother was still upset. He called me all kind of names. He told me that I'm this and I'm that, and good luck, because, what was his words? He said, good luck, because you're never gonna get what you think you're gonna get from the DJ. And I was like, huh? Like, what? Like, I don't even know how to comprehend what that is supposed to mean, because I'm never the type of woman to be with a man for nothing, and I'm very hardworking and ambitious. Like, I've never been with a man for nothing, so I don't know what you talking about. But okay. Like, I was just like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. So here's where things fast forward. Let's fast forward, because that's just the beginning, and I'm already 20 minutes in, and I just really want to get some stuff out. Okay, fast forward, about a year goes by. Me and the DJ, within that year, we start to go back and forth. We're spending more time with each other. we're talking more, you know, things are really getting deep. And, you know, I started saying to him, like, just putting it in your ear that I am not the type to just meet random men and like hook up and keep it moving. You know, like as a woman, I wanted to make him understand that I'm not that type, okay? I have standards, and if this is gonna go further and if it's gonna become something one day, I just want you to know the type of woman that you're dealing with. And I do expect you not to waste my time in a sense where you're gonna be undecisive about what you want, because I know what I want. I know what I want out of life. I know, you know, what I need, and I'm not gonna settle. We had that discussion, and here's the thing. The situation with the DJ definitely left me traumatized, and I'm gonna explain why. You know, not that I'm trying to pin the fact that I went through a very abusive marriage on anybody, because it's nobody's fault, all right? But, you know, within that year that we got to know each other, I would tell him, and I felt like we had an understanding where he could acknowledge what I've been through. And I didn't want it to become a situation where he just felt like I was always complaining to him about what I went through. So, you know, it was just be times where we would conversate, and, you know, he would open up to me and I would open up to him, and I would leave it at that. I didn't want to constantly make it about my past, because my past is where I've been, but I'm trying to focus on where I'm going. And I definitely could have saw myself in a serious situation with this DJ. Like, everything about him, from down to the way that he think, the way that he dressed, his intellect, his morals, like everything about him was it for me. But now that I started to relate and say, like, you know, this whole seeing each other whenever, and me spending the night, and me sleeping over, and, like, you know, it's cool or whatever. Like, I'm having fun. I'm not trying to rush into anything. I like it. Like, I like it. But I just want you to bear in mind that I do want to be somebody's wife one day. I do. So, you know, if like 6 years from now you think I'm still gonna be that type of girl to be, you know, at your beck and call, then no, this ain't it. Like, I definitely threw all of that out to him. Was I forcing him to take me seriously? No. Was I forcing him to consider marriage with me? No. But I will be honest and say that we did sit down and talk about all those things. We talked about our families. We talked about our children, how we would go about our children if we were to get married, and how we would do things together as a couple. Like, we talked about everything. We talked about building a life together. We talked, like, when I say we've talked about everything pertaining to a so-called future, we did. So here's the thing with a lot of guys. When you start to relay your standards or your expectations, that's when it really starts to hit them. Okay, that's when it starts to hit them that, all right, reality check. Like, you know, this girl got her head on her shoulders. You can't play around too much with her. And that's what they don't like. That's when they start to act up. Okay, me relaying my standards to him, I think, gave him the opportunity to have something over my head. And he definitely used it in a manner where he felt like he had me wrapped around his finger. And Did I do that to myself? Maybe. Was I to blame? Maybe, because I knew that, almost a year, you're just going back and forth with this person and kind of having fun, but nothing could have came out of it. I knew that. I was realistic about the situation, and we both was just having fun. Like, I really didn't care, honestly. Guys, when I tell you, like, I just liked his company. I liked being around him. Like, the connection that we had was so surreal. Like, it was so surreal. It was something that is hard to find. Like, this man could be in the same vicinity of me or the same room as me, and he don't have to talk to me, and mentally we're on the same page. Like, it was like that. Our connection was weird. Like, he could be, I could see him for I could go a couple hours without seeing him or talking to him, and it's like I would get a feeling that something is wrong, and I would just text him like, "You okay?" And he would just be like, "Nah, I'm having a bad day, da da da." Like, it was like that. Like, our connection was just a spiritual one. And I think that is something that's hard to find, and that's something to cherish, right? So, of course, absolutely, I cherished him. I really did. I really did. Like, our connection was so strong, and it just happened out of nowhere. And, getting involved with these men, of course, in the back of your mind that they're messing around. They got this and that going on that you don't know about. And that's another reason why I wasn't really too pressed in the idea of a relationship. But I did just want to keep telling him, like, dude, I'm not worthless. Like, I am not worthless. Like, how long do you really think that this could be fulfilling to me? You know what I mean? Like, a woman can have fun with you only but for so long until she really realizes that she needs more, right? And so, like, I just constantly started to remind him, like, this is cool or whatever, but I have standards. I'm a mom, okay? And I don't want my time to be wasted. Like, I'm trying to rebuild my life. I'm trying to build for my kids. I want them to have a solid foundation. I want them to, not dwell in our past, but to know that there is hope for us. Like, I don't got time to waste. And yeah, he probably looking at me like, look at this young girl talking about she don't got time to waste. But that's just how my attitude was. Like, I was just like, listen, I don't have time to waste. You need to tell me, what you really want, so I can play my role. Like, if you just want this to keep going the way that it is, cool. You need to tell me that. If you want something serious, you want me to lock it down, like, you need to tell me. Like, that's how I was saying to him. Like, you really need to just tell me which one it is so I can play my cards right. That's all. But I think he saw how much that I cherished him and how much, like, I was so into the connection that he started to play a little bit of mind games a little bit. He started to feel himself a little bit. And, here's the thing. I'm the type of woman, I believe in stroking your man's ego, so to speak. I believe that you're supposed to push your man's ego to the point where he is feeling himself for being with you or being acquainted with you. Yeah, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to make him feel like he's the end all be all. And I was definitely doing that, but let me tell you something. Slowly but surely, a lot of stuff started to reveal itself about this man, okay? People were messaging me out the woodworks, saying stuff, and I didn't know what the hell was going on because they started to find out about me, okay? Remember, I was new to the scene. I don't know nobody. So these people are messaging me with their see now comments, and I'm just like, what are they talking about? Like, I wasn't gonna go to him and tell him that people are messaging me saying these things, because then that would make me look like a drama queen or a quote unquote mix up. So I was just like keeping it in mind, the things that I'm hearing, things that people are saying about him, and I'm just like, okay, well, now I really gotta pay attention, because you know, when we're together, it's something else. Like, he definitely took me seriously. Okay, he definitely did tell me that he was falling for me. He definitely raped me. Like, he said he raped me. And, like, you already know what that means when a Jamaican man tell you, say he raped you. So, yeah, he Jamaican. That, too. That's a whole nother subject. But even his close, I don't want to say friends, but the people around him could tell that he really was, you know, into me a certain kind of way, and I could too. But I think there were certain circumstances that was kind of making him feel stuck or making him feel annoyed with a situation. And I'm not gonna sit here and out those things, but I am aware of those things, and I understand completely why he started to act up on me. But I just feel like I didn't deserve certain things. Now, here's the reason why I say he traumatized me, okay? We all know men are gonna be men. They sleep around, they have this female, that female, that female. Okay, cool. They play women, they play these games, they do what they gotta do, and they move on to the next. Alright, cool. We all know that men will be men, alright? But here's the thing that I don't understand. A lot of things started to transpire. A lot of things started to unfold, so to speak, on both of our ends, okay? Not just his. A lot of things started to unfold. I started to find out the truth about a lot of things pertaining to him. And he started to find out a lot of things about me. Now, here's the problem. We were both so connected to the point where it's like we really... I want to say we really didn't want nothing to ruin what we had going on. It was just like refreshing, just like, you know, I honestly feel like we didn't want nothing to come between it or ruin it. But, you know, negative people and, you know, jealousy and the whole nine always comes into play. So it did. And the number one thing for me is, don't sit in my face and tell me how much you quote unquote rate me or care about me and stuff like that, and then the minute me and you start to have little obstacles, you start to go around and put me down. Like, why is it that men always want to put a female down after they were dealing with them? I don't condone it. Like, I just think it's so fake. You once upon a time had feelings for me. You once upon a time was into me. You once upon a time spent your time and affection and all of that on me. So technically I was worth something to you, okay? And you're just gonna turn around and try to put me down to everybody and anybody because you didn't like what you quote unquote heard about me in my marriage or whatever the case may be. And to me, it's just like, why couldn't you be a man and just talk to me about it? Why didn't you ever see fit to just sit back and say, you know, I'm hearing this and that? Well, just like me, I didn't go to you either about the stuff that I was hearing about you either, because I didn't want you to think I was a drama queen, because I'm definitely not. I'm a very humble female. But then again, I'm a very understanding female too. And I never took nothing that I heard and used it against you or threw it in your face while we were corresponding. Even when things started to fall apart, I never to this day did it. So, you know, that's a thing for me. Like, men just seem to always want to put the female down and put the blame on the female for a fallout in any situation. And it's just like, be fair. Be fair. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Another reason why it traumatized me is that push come to shove, I find out that you do have a big platform. You are a DJ. You are a well-known DJ, okay, all over the place. all right, even internationally. And when me and you were falling out, you're telling me you're a respectable man and you can't have this and the third happening. If you're such a respectable man, how you think people are gonna receive you by what you're doing to me now? Like, guys, when I tell you, he was going around spreading rumors about me, okay? Horrible, senile, vile rumors about me, okay? And I never once defended myself. No, I'm lying. I am lying to you guys. I took as much as I could take until one day I just went crazy on Facebook. I will admit that. I went crazy on Facebook because I was just like, no, like, you can't do this to me. Like, how is it that you get to put me down and try to shame me and try to dog me out after you the one sitting in my face saying that, you know, you could see yourself building a future with me and all these things and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-doo, and now you want to come put me down because people are trying to interfere in what we got going on? Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't do that. If you want to so-called have feelings for me or rated me or whatever the case may be, don't put me down like that. Especially when you have such a big platform that I had no clue about. So technically, you're a respectable man, but you lied to me. You lied to me about who you were. And I still took it as a grain of salt. I still didn't hold it against you. You know, I was just like, okay, whatever. Okay, he's a DJ. But then it puts me in a position, right, where even if me and you don't work out, now I'm going to be known as the girl that got played by the DJ. The girl that was involved with this DJ. Like, literally, how is that fair? How is that fair? Like, you lied to me. You told me you were a chef. And yes, I went to the party with you, but that was the only party I saw you play at. So I thought it was just like a weekend gig. I thought it was just like a quick hustle. Like, I didn't know who you were. So, did you really mean what you said when you said all these things about pertaining to us? Or you was just telling me what you think I want to hear? Maybe. Who knows? Because honestly, like, I think you meant it. But here's the thing. You're saying you're a respectable man. When people see you turn around and try to dog me out and try to play me, and they know what type of woman that I am, and the fact that I am not the type of woman to sleep around and stuff like that, then you're downgrading yourself. So are you really a respectable man then at this point? Because people are not going to respect you after this. They're not. And I don't think that they did. After everything played out and you did what you did, you went around town trying to put me down, trying to disgrace me, all this stuff. Like, listen, I held my mouth, and I'm going to do this video to speak my truth now. I let you do everything. I just sat back and let you do it all. Now, another thing. A man's ego can definitely ruin him. Okay? A man's ego can definitely ruin him. And I stroked your ego so good, baby. So good that it turned around and bit me in the behind. Because when I found out that you were a DJ, I started to pour into you. I started to pour positivity into you and upliftment, encouragement. I started to do all the things that will require of a supportive girlfriend, whatever I was. At this point, I don't know no more. Okay? It's supposed to do. I definitely supported you. And I have proof of that. I took the initiative to do some research for you, to help you make some type of connect to upgrade your brand. Okay? I took a lot of initiatives to help you upgrade your brand. I took the interest, I took the time to support you in that manner. I mean, damn, I used to pray for you. Like, like really prayed. Like, I was a prayer warrior for you, honey. And you know that. I was a positive enforcement in your life. And I wasn't even holding a title. So can you imagine if you did marry me, or if I was your girlfriend that everybody knew about? You see what I'm saying? Like, I was already adding to your life without even holding a place in your life. That's what real women do. And for me to do that out of the goodness of my heart, and you turn around and try to disgrace me publicly with the platform that you have, yeah, it's traumatizing. It's like, wait, what the hell? Like, you wasn't the one I was pillow talking with. You wasn't the one that I was crying to. You wasn't the one that I was opening up to. You wasn't the one that we was talking about our dreams and goals and the whole nine with. And now this what you subject me to? The manipulation, the mind games, the disgrace, trying to go around town. Like, listen, I understand that a woman knowing what she wants can be intimidating to a lot of you men, especially you men that feel it necessary to sleep around and do whatever you do. But you cannot take that from a woman. That's something you can never take from her. It's better you turn to her and say, like, I'm not ready, than to try and demolish her for having standards. I feel like that's what you tried to do to me. The little bit of innocence I had left in me, you took it with you when you walked away from me. And I am not ashamed to say it. That is another reason why I feel traumatized by you. The little ounce of hope I had left in me, the little ounce of try and fail to try type of attitude, the little ounce of courage that I had left in me after everything I went through from my marriage, you took that from me, okay? And you took it from me with a malicious intention. And you never looked back. Now, there is some certain circumstances that took place that I will never discuss publicly, because I still do respect and cherish you to the bottom of my heart. There is some specific situations that took place as well that adds to that type of pain that you caused me. Okay? And you know that. And I know somebody's going to show you this video. You know that. Okay? Life happens. Life happens. And some of us just get up and live without planning things out. And that's okay. We can't control everything that happens to us. We just can't. But in the moment, what you do and how you react to certain things can definitely follow you for the rest of your life. It can definitely affect you for the rest of your life. And I'm going to say this. In that particular situation, that special situation that you know what I'm referring to, that was the icing on the cake for me. Because if you remember when we were talking about it, I said to you, you know, you can be really cold. You can be really cold. It's almost as if you have no conscience. I remember saying that to you. And you said, I'm sorry. I don't mean to seem cold-hearted, but yeah. I felt, literally, I just felt like all you had to do was just take a knife and just like that. Because I couldn't understand how the connection that we had went from special to ice cold and just terrible. Now, I don't mean terrible in a sense where there's arguments, because that's another thing that I cherish about you. There was no arguing. Like, we could communicate well with understanding. And I definitely cherish that because I never had that before. But yeah, you took the easy way out. You took the cold-hearted route. And it was traumatizing. It is traumatizing. It is. I understand why you went about things a certain way. I mean, you probably felt trapped because I understand a lot of men are not used to meeting women like me. Like, I'm not trying to put you down. I'm just trying to say, like, what I come with, the type of love that I come with, the type of mindset that I come with. I understand that certain men are not used to those things. They don't know how to reciprocate. They don't know how to receive it because they never had it. So it could make them act crazy or just act in a way that don't make no sense. I've seen it in real life. Like, you could have a man that's living a extraordinary life, but his ways are very like because he just needed that one woman to come and balance him out, that one woman to come and just add to him and, you know, pour into him. And, you know, he went his whole life without it. So when he meets her, it's like, wait, hold up, can I trust this? Is this genuine? Is this real? Like, oh hell no, she ain't gonna get me like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it was that with me. I think you were shocked. I think you didn't trust it. I think that you were scared. I think that you've never truly had somebody to just love you for you and not want nothing out of you or from you. I honestly believe that. And because that's what I stood for, it's like you start acting sketchy because you couldn't trust it. And I understand. I completely understand. But another thing is, I understand in a sense of why you reacted to me the way you did because of your platform. You don't want people to think certain things, and things were getting hectic. People were messaging. People were being messy. You had specific family members being messy about our situation, and things was getting too crazy. And I completely understand why you took the route that you did. You were trying to save face. You were trying to save your reputation. You were trying to save the pride that you have as a man. And I get it, but did I really deserve certain things? Did I deserve for you to handle things the way that you did? You know, like, you were telling people that I was a stalker, I was obsessed with you, I was a liar, I was all these things all of a sudden. And it's like, really? Did I really deserve that? Now, here's another thing that traumatized me. I understand that we're both grown, and it is what it is, okay? I chose at the time to entertain you, and, you know, as time went on, stuff started to reveal itself. I started to have a better understanding of the type of man that you are, the type of lifestyle that you lead. And I still didn't care. I didn't care. I didn't care. I would have honestly, guys, I would have put up with anything from that man, because I really, truly, genuinely just appreciated his time. His time. Like, I would be next to that man and feel so complete. I have never had that before. I don't know what it was with him. Because trust me, he ain't do nothing for me to feel that way about him. Nothing. Okay? But I did. Like, I would be next to him and feel so complete. I would look forward to the nights that I got to wake up next to him. I would look forward to asking him, how was your day? I looked forward to it. Like, everything about that man I felt whole. And let me tell you, like, as a woman, when you go through a really bad divorce, it leaves you feeling empty inside. It leaves you feeling neglected and broken and lost and angry and bitter. Like, and just being around him took all that away from me. Why? I don't know. Am I delusional? Maybe. But I'm not going to sit here and put on a facade. I'm not here to downplay nothing. That man took my breath away. He took my breath away. And the crazy part about it is he wasn't even trying. He didn't do nothing out the way to take my breath away. He just did. He just did. And I think he could say the same thing for me. Like, I didn't do nothing out the way, but I knew he was secretly going crazy over me. I know he was secretly, like, really into me. Let me tell you something. Every time that man saw me, his eyes would light up. Okay? That's how I knew. I had his family members texting me like, yo, dude is going crazy over you. Like, and I'll be like, what? Me? You sure? And they be like, yes, trust me, I know him my whole life. Like, he really trying to play it off too. Yes, they used to text me and tell me, and I just play it cool. Like, yeah, all right. And he be trying to act like, you know. But yeah, I think men that feed into their ego could definitely ruin themselves in a manner where your pride, first of all, any woman knows, don't you ever fight a man in his pride. Like, that's a losing battle. You do, girl, you might as well knock yourself out. Don't you ever fight a man when it comes to his pride and his ego. That's a losing battle, okay? And I feel like I set myself up for this one because I was definitely stroking his ego, girl. When I found out that he was a DJ and all the works, okay? I was stroking his ego, all right? Stroking it to the point where it backfired on me real quick, because he was feeling himself. He's like, oh, yeah? Okay? It backfired really bad to the point where he just started making some real cold movements towards me. And I'm like, damn, like, what happened? Where your heart went? Where your conscience went? What happened? Wait, hold on. This is too much. Yes. And a man's ego could definitely ruin him because he just don't, that's something you can't break. You can't take that from him. That's like destroying him, okay? And I had to sit back and let him have that one. There was a speculation that was made by him that I really don't appreciate. And this is the last thing I'm going to say before I end this video. I had the courtesy of having a very heartfelt conversation with his uncle. His uncle knew about me, and he would see me all the time, but we never really spoke. It was just like hi and bye. And in the midst of our so-called breakup, you know, the DJ got very difficult to deal with. Difficult, like real difficult, because I think I just wanted closure. I think any woman deserves closure to understand where did they go wrong, you know, was it something that they did, or, you know, what happened? Like, just tell me what's wrong. You know, any woman wants to know that so that they can heal and move on. And I think the DJ knew deep down inside that I didn't deserve what he did to me. I think his conscience was killing him, and I think he just couldn't face me. I've tried numerous times to try and talk it out with him, but I think it was too much for him to swallow at the time, because he did have a lot going on. He had a lot going on at the time. He had a lot going on. And I didn't want to add to his stress. Like, I am not the type of woman to want to add to my man's problems. Like, I want to be the one to take you out of it. I want to be the one to let you know that you can be happy. You're worth being happy. You are more than your problems. You deserve more than your problems. You know, I want my man to know, like, don't let circumstances define your future. Don't let it make you feel stuck. Don't do that. Like, there is a way. You're not alone. And we could do it together if that's the case. If that's the problem. Like, you're not alone. I'm here. I would never turn my back on nobody that I sat down and told them that I loved. Even if I didn't say I love you, if I told you I cared about you, whatever the case may be, you damn right, I mean it. I'm going to be there 100%. I'm genuine like that. And he was going through a lot of time, and then all the drama started with people trying to intervene with us, family members, so-called friends of his, and it was getting messy. And I think he was overwhelmed, and the way he dealt with it was very, very traumatizing. Guys, I'm not gonna stop saying that word, traumatized. When I say I'm traumatized, okay? And this was no joke for me, no joke. And I never got the chance to have closure with him because I didn't want to pressure him. But at the same time, I did, because I wanted to know, wait, what happened? Like, our connection was so real. It was so real. It was so deep. Like, why did it have to go out like this? Why did you have to blow out the candle like this? Like, I don't understand, and I just want to know why. And to this day, I still would love to have that conversation with him. Why? That's it. Why? And if you want to keep it moving, fine. Like, guys, I'm not the type of female that's hard to let go. I'm not that. If you look at me and tell me, like, you know, I really wanted to be with you, but I'm caught up, or, you know, whatever the case may be, I'll just be like, all right, cool. Because I'm like this. Tell me how you want me to deal my cards, and I will definitely play them right. That's how I am. Like, tell me where I stand, and I'll align myself accordingly. You know what I mean? He was going through a lot, and I talked to the uncle. The uncle was telling me some stuff, and I was explaining to him about a certain situation that I think pushed the DJ over the edge, as well as my outbursts on Facebook. And you know, I admitted my wrongs. I admitted what I think I did wrong, because I had no clarification from the DJ, because he just couldn't. He like, we would text, and then it's like he can't finish his sentence, or, you know, whatever. You know, he like doing the peekaboo, like, see me, don't see me, avoiding me. Like, when we were ending things, it was just weird, awkward, and just very disheartening. Very disheartening. Very disheartening. Okay. I think one of the times we were texting, and he was just like, he got upset, and he's just like, okay, all right, I don't want you. Like, okay, all right, I don't want you. And I was just like, wait, what happened? Why all of a sudden you don't want me? You gonna do me like that? All of a sudden you don't want me? But you wanted me just a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago. You know, like, don't do that. Don't do that. But anyway, the uncle said to me, I'll talk to him for you. I'll get the closure for you, and I'll get back to you. Because I explained to him, like, you know, I really don't want to push him to the edge. I think he's very stressed out. He's going through a lot. And the uncle was like, yeah, he's stressed out, but I'll talk to him and get back to you. Cool beans. All right, so the uncle got back to me, And guys, this is the ultimate betrayal right here. And this is what I don't respect about these men, because it's like, before I even get into it, it's like, why is it so convenient to always accuse the woman of so-called cheating? Why? Like, why every time something go wrong, he's, oh, the one, she cheated, or she did this, she did that. And then people know better, but they still feed into it. They still believe it. The same people watch this man live his life a certain type of way because of the platform that he has, okay? They still turn around and actually believe that the female did him wrong and justify his behavior. But y'all sit back and watch him lead this lifestyle, and you still believe it. You know better. I mean, come on, look at me. Look at me. Anybody that knows me, do y'all really believe half of the rumors that he was spreading about me? Do y'all see with your own two eyes? Do y'all eyes even work? Like, come on. Now, I will say there's a selected few, including his family, that have reached out to me to say, you know, that wasn't cool. Like, you're definitely a respectable girl. You know, you definitely didn't deserve that. This, that, and the third. You're very humble. You're, you know, I've had his family members and certain friends say that, like, you know, they stuck up for me because they could see with their own eyes, like, certain things was just like, dude, like, no, you took it way too far. You didn't even have to do all of that. But that's what I'm saying about a pride and ego. Like, these men, like, they know that they be out here playing around. They know that they be doing too much. But instead of just accepting responsibility like a man and say, hey, yeah, you know, this and the third, they want to go around and try to defame you and say you this, you that, and then they go to the family. Like, come on, you want to go to your family, your uncle, and tell your uncle that I was cheating? With who? Because I was crazy about you. Like, who was I cheating with? Like, I would literally cry and ask you, when are you going to make time for me? Because I just wanted to be around you. Like, yes. Like, I used to cry and be like, babe, I miss you. Like, what up? Who did I cheat with? And here's the thing, right? Okay, so you told your uncle that I cheated with somebody that you know. Now, here's the thing about that. I found out at the last minute that you are a DJ. You have this big platform. A lot of people know you. A lot of people know you. Okay? But supposedly, conveniently, you tell your uncle that I cheated with somebody you know. But you know everybody. By default. Okay? You know everybody by default. That is so screwed up and messed up. How do you think this man, your uncle, is going to look at me now after you do that? And you deliberately did that. You deliberately did that because you couldn't face that man and tell him the truth. It was just easier to put me down. Because I'm a young woman and I'm a woman and nobody's going to believe me, right? Nobody's going to believe me. Which is true. And I think society is so screwed up in that manner where it's just like, we all know these men ain't shit. Why do you believe them? Why? Why do you feed into their mess? Why? I don't know. But society gives them the upper hand in that manner when it comes to stuff like this. Okay, cool. Now, you know everybody. Second of all, your uncle did admit that he heard what you had to say, and he really thinks that you just in your pride. And I agree. I 100% agree. I think you're in your pride because you didn't handle me correctly. There was a lot of things that you could have did differently. Okay? I think your conscience was bothering you because I really didn't deserve that. I was all for you. I was always in your corner. I always, no matter what. Okay? I was your number one cheerleader, baby. Number one. I don't give a damn who was before me, after me, during me, whatever. Like, I was... Yes, go get that money. Do what you gotta do. Build for you. Build for your kids. Do what you gotta do. Like, I was that. I was that. So at the end of the day, I didn't deserve certain things. And I agree with your uncle when he says that you were in your pride. Yeah, you were in your pride, definitely. But as I said, it's my fault because I stroked your ego a little bit too much. A little bit too much. You was feeling yourself. You was feeling yourself. Now, the person that you claim that I cheated with, I sent you every screenshot, every listen, I'm stuttering. I sent the DJ every voice note, every message, everything, every DM, okay, to his phone pertaining to that individual. Let me tell you something. These men are phony as hell. They are never friends until they find out that you talking to a certain girl. And that is so messed up. Even if I didn't know your circle, even if I didn't know nobody around you, you never was so-called friends with this person until after me and you. No, not during me and you. After me and you. Then all of a sudden this person is your friend and I cheated with your friend? Like, come on. Really? You men always do that. Like, my ex-husband tried to pull that on me too and say that I was with his friend. Like, yo, I would never, I swear on my kids, I would never. I'd rather die before I do something like that. That is so classless. I would never and have never. And I proved it to you and you still ran with it. You went and told your uncle that that's what I did. When you had the voice notes, screenshots, everything in your phone. To this day, you still have it in your phone. Proving. I even took the time to circle. The dates of the messages from the time that I met you until the time that we broke up, so you could compare the dates to see if I was even talking to this person or entertaining this person. Yes, I did all of that because that's how much I really cherished you, like really and truly. And I did that to prove to you that I am real. Ain't nothing fake about me. Okay? These men, like, I don't know if they sit around and gossip or whatever the case may be, and you may hear somebody say like, oh, yo, I met this girl and she's so dope, or I met this girl and she's so real, like, or she's so different, or she got her head on her bodies, whatever the case may be. But all of a sudden you gonna hear one of them little ugly dudes come talk about, oh, I know her, I used to mess with her, when they know damn well they never saw you a day in their life, they never messed with you. Yo, that upsets me so much, and it's so unfair. It's very unfair. I am no common female, okay? They ain't nobody know about me until I messed with you. And even after I messed with you, people still knew about me and still knew that I was a respectable female. And I could hold my head high and testify that I am a respectable female. You tried to downplay me. You tried to disgrace me, honey. And I'm here to tell you that I took it well for the time being. But it definitely hurt me to my core. It was embarrassing. Okay? Embarrassing. But I took it like a G, because you know what? In this world, people do wrong and they try to justify their wrongs by doing wrong on top of it. And no good can come from that. And that's the reason why I stayed silent all this time, because I just wanted you to go ahead and do your thing. Because I understand why you did certain things. But it's just like, that don't make it right. That don't make it right. And I didn't deserve none of that. None. And I'm pretty sure those same family members that tried to tear us apart and started all that drama is the same people. I could show you messages right now that was like, oh nah, he ain't have to do you like that. Yeah. The same ones that try to tear us apart. I got messages in my phone right now that I could show you or anybody. Okay? They were for me. They know that I'm a good woman. They know that I'm not that type to be out there all and about wasting time, don't got my head on my shoulders. They know I'm not that. Okay? And I think men that do women like that are the ones that are insecure. Like, you try to go around and say that I'm crazy, I'm obsessed with you, I'm stalking you, and all these things because, I don't know, I guess it made you feel good about yourself. You was trying to make your homies feel like you played me out or whatever. But that just says a lot about you as a man. You don't love yourself. And I think God makes everything happen for a reason. If you don't love yourself, how could I ever expected you to love me? You going around town and leading a certain lifestyle just proves that you're insecure, okay? Because no man that is confident and believes in himself behaves the way that you do. And you try to kill my confidence. You try to kill the little bit of self-love and respect that I have for myself after being in a 13-year horrible ass marriage. Okay, I left that thing with my held head high. All right, and I vowed to myself that no man will ever put me down. No man will ever do to me what my husband did to me. And then I meet you, and it's like a whirlwind of romance. Like, literally, you swept me off my feet, and you wasn't even trying. You ain't do nothing. And you gonna turn around and try to diss me? To feed your ego? That's why I'm traumatized, okay? And let me do a little recap. I'm traumatized because you tried to put me down. You tried to disgrace me publicly. After you sat in my face and told me that you had feelings for me, that you raped me, you could see yourself building a life for me. On more than one occasion, okay? Number 2, you told me you were a respectable man. But the way that you treated me after we were parting, there was nothing to respect about that. Nothing. And the people know, and they saw it all for themselves. Number 3, yes, I have standards. Yes, I made it clear that I'm not just going to be having fun with you forever. I want to make a man happy. I want somebody to come home to. Was I taking it too far by telling you that I have standards and expectations? No, and I don't regret it. And if that's another reason why you started to act shady, so be it, darling. Maybe you just weren't the man that I thought you were. And that's fine. Like, everybody has their shortcomings. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. If you had to put yourself in a lineup of potential husbands, you probably would fall short in some type of category. All of us would. I'm not downing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, be real about it. But don't try to diss people because you know that you don't feel like you're up to par. That's where you have to be honest with yourself. That's where you owe it to yourself. I didn't owe that to you. I could tell you you deserve more. I could tell you that you're worth so much more than what you refine yourself to at the time that I was around you. But it's for you to want more. It's for you to acknowledge your worth. Did I trigger something in you because I was trying to help you figure out that you're worth so much more than the life that you're leading? Maybe. But I still didn't deserve certain things. Number 4, you lied to your uncle. Why? Why? Now you got this man, he gonna forever remember me as something that I did not do. Something that I did not do. Because some little jealous idiot wanted to put on a facade that me and him was involved when we were involved, and I sent you every screenshot, every date, every voice note, everything to prove to you that it wasn't true, and you still didn't want to believe me. You want to stick in your pride and put gossip in the middle. That's what you did. And the last one, you cold, man. You cold. Like, despite certain things, you freaking cold. Like, you took my soul away. Yeah, you took my soul away. Like, I'm not sitting here playing victim. I was very hurt over you. Very hurt. Like, it ain't even about the sex. It ain't about the fact that I so-called got played. Like, it's about the fact that I really believed in you. I believed in you in every way a woman should believe in a man. And when it comes down to it, I was alright. Like, I was cool with whatever was taking place. I was not complaining. I think I probably would have still been going along with it. I didn't care. I just wanted to be around you. I just wanted your time, your affection. That's all. That's all. That's all. Guys, when I tell you that's all I wanted from this man, and that's all I needed, I was okay with anything else that came with him. I was alright. I was not complaining. Alright, you were very, very, very cold-hearted about a lot of stuff, and it's not fair. Like, that men get to do us women like this and get away with it. Like, I'm not doing this video for people to go and chastise him now and say, oh my God, you cold-hearted son of a... No, don't do that. Don't do that, guys. I'm here to tell you that this situation definitely almost broke me. Guys, I almost committed suicide. Literally. And I bet you nobody knew that. Because I just sat back and watched him deal with me in a manner where it's like I was literally a trash bag that he picked up and dropped on the roadside. Can you imagine, after somebody spent almost a year off and on, spending time with you, having deep conversation, the whole nine, like, and then all of a sudden, because of people, because of gossip, you want to treat me like I'm trash? You gonna do me like that? And most of the stuff wasn't even true. Like, can you imagine if I was to feed into the stuff that people were messaging me and telling me about you? Even yet so, I never once put it to you. I never once held it against you. I never once used it to judge you. I wanted to know you for you. I wanted to love you for you. I didn't give a damn when nobody was messaging me about you. And I just really had hoped that it was the same for you. But clearly, you live your life for people. You live your life for the so-called limelight. You get a thrill off of that because of who you are. You're a Gemini. Geminis love attention. They love attention. Cool. But at what point in your life are you going to be honest with yourself? What point? Are you going to be honest with yourself and say, damn, like, I'm looking at life the wrong way. Like, I'm trying to, what's the word? Impress people that wouldn't even spit on me if I was on fire. I'm trying to do the most for people that I can't even pick up the phone and say, yo, I'm having it rough right now. And then it's like, in your head, you're a respectable man. you're a respectable man, but people know you for being absolutely horrible. So you got this thing twisted. You're not a respectable man. You want to be. But baby, the only way you could be a respectable man is to change up your behavior. Change the way you view things. Change the way you do things. Ain't nothing wrong with change. Change is growth. Change is prosperity. Don't impress nobody. Impress yourself. You can't live for people. At the end of the day, they living for themselves. They do what makes them happy. And if that's why you did this to me, if that's why you dissed me the way that you did in the end, for people, God bless you. That's all I gotta say. Because those very same people was probably just jealous. And I'm pretty sure if I want to dig it up, I could find the proof that they were just jealous. Like, yeah. Jealousy is one hell of a thing. One hell of a thing. And by no means was I into you because you were a DJ and da-da-da, because I am not the partying type. I really don't care for that life. And I have expressed that to you. So maybe that was another reason why you probably weren't sure about us. Because if I was supposed to support you, yeah, I would support you professionally. But to be out in the clubs, nah. I'm more like, go handle your business, baby. I'll be at home cooking dinner for you, waiting for you in lingerie type. Yeah, I'm that type. I don't gotta be up under you. I'll come and support if you want me to, if you ask me to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really cared about you. I really did. And I don't think I was obsessed, as you put it. I don't think that I was crazy, as you put it. I think I was genuine. I think I was real. And if you can't see that, but everybody else did, then clearly I'm not the problem. But you handled me like I was the problem. I guess it's just a man thing. So this story time is over. Like, guys, if you ever been in a situation where a man left you feeling like the absolute worst, like you don't know how you gonna come back from it, just use me as a living example. You have to learn how to tune people out. You have to learn that not everything deserves a reaction at the time. I think it was the hardest thing in the world for me to do, to sit back and let this DJ do this to me and not say a word. It was the hardest thing for me not to defend myself at the time. And you know, you owe it to yourself to speak your truth one day, and this is why I'm doing this video now. You owe it to yourself to take some time and really process things before you speak, because a lot of things can definitely spiral out of control and it can follow you for the rest of your life. So anybody that knows him or watches this video, you tell him I said I would do anything. I would do anything to be in your arms one more time. Just one more time. And I know that sounds crazy because of everything that happened, all the drama, all the disrespect and stuff like that. But, you know, I just view that as that's life, and that's how life goes. You're gonna have those type of things happen whether you're married to somebody or not. Once you're involved with somebody, you're just involved. There's gonna be issues. And the one thing I learned in my marriage, that you have to learn how to forgive, or else the relationship ain't going nowhere. So guys, don't sit here and tell me I'm crazy for wanting to be in this man's arms again, because I just understand that people are people. We are not perfect. We all make mistakes. And it doesn't take away from the fact that I know for sure that this man felt the same way about me that I felt about him. And tell him I said, God bless, and I wish you nothing but happiness and prosperity and peace. Peace. Because peace is something money can't buy, and we all need it during these times. We all need peace. And I'm going to pray for myself and hope that I find peace within myself to know that I didn't do anything to deserve this. And I am a beautiful woman. I am an amazing woman. I am a respectable woman. And one day I will make the right man so happy. I will believe that, and I will find peace within myself to just, speak my truth and let the situation go. So God bless everybody. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that. And yeah, peace.